This is critical for us. We're going to go through some materials. Some of you may have seen it before. Then we're going to extend up. This is the lymphatic system. You all have this system inside you. It's a parallel circulatory system inside your body. It lives right next to your arteries and veins. It's full of a clear fluid called lymph. You've all seen lymph before if you've popped a blister. That clear fluid that comes out, that's lymph. It washes through your body all the time. Picks up viruses, bacteria, broken down cells, waste products, pulls them into your lymphatic system where your immune system, your white blood cells, fight off all those invaders. This is the system that keeps your body healthy. It's a system that keeps your body clean. This is also the system that fights off cancer. That's why we're very concerned about breast cancer spreading to the lymph nodes in the underarm. Right? You can see that those are there. This system is present inside the stomach, legs, chest, arms, neck. That's why your doctor feels your neck to see whether or not your lymph nodes are swollen when you're sick. You know what's interesting, though? It's not in the head. Up until very recently, science had no clue how the brain accomplishes what the body accomplishes in terms of keeping itself healthy and clean. And some discoveries have been made over the last 2 years, leading up to about a month ago, that shed some light on this topic. So this is an MRI scan of the brain. We do lots of MRI research in my lab. This was done by Mike Noseworthy at McMaster University. I just love showing you the white matter tracts inside the brain. It's this magical complexity. And we all have about 80 to 100 billion neurons inside of our brain. These are the cells that create thinking, problem solving, concentration, music, all of this sort of magical things. And what's been discovered is that every single night while you sleep, these neurons shrink by about 60%. And all the space opens up inside your brain. And a clear fluid, called cerebrospinal fluid, washes through your brain every single night while you sleep. This has just been imaged in the last 6 weeks for the first time. You can see on the right the penetration of fluid into the brain when it's awake versus the penetration of fluids inside the brain when you're asleep over a 10-minute period. It's just fascinating and amazing. And the other thing that's been imaged recently for the very first time ever is that the lymphatic system is present on the inside of your skull. That image was just published about 6 weeks ago. Just magically amazing. And another discovery was made that this lymphatic system is connected to, in your brain, is connected to the lymphatic system in your body. So essentially what happens is every single night while you sleep, your brain washes and drains itself out. It's like taking a dirty sponge, sticking it under running water, and squeezing it over and over and over again until it's clean. Your brain washes itself out every single night while you sleep. It's really quite cool. The other thing that science has told us quite clearly is how much sleep we actually need. And we know that there are 5 stages of sleep: REM, stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Each do different things. All are critically important. We cycle through those throughout the night. And it takes anywhere from 75 to 90 minutes to cycle through all 5 stages of sleep. And the research has shown us that if you want the lowest possible risk of all-cause mortality, cardiovascular disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, getting hit by a bus, like all of that stuff wrapped up in one, you need 5 complete sleep cycles, approximately 90 minutes each, around 7.5 hours. There are... disappointed? Sorry. Titans are like, no, I can do it in less. There are actually 2 ways of doing less: organic, plant-based diet and deep meditative states. Decrease the amount of sleep that's required. But in general, I strongly recommend 7 to 8. If you're tired, if you're stressed, if you've done a really hard workout, if something difficult is going on in your life, give yourself 1 extra sleep cycle to allow your brain to completely recover and regenerate. Please, 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 give yourself permission to sleep. This is the foundation of human performance. We know that learning happens in the first 3 sleep cycles. You encode memories from the day in your brain permanently in the first 3 sleep cycles when you're in stages 2, 3, and 4 sleep. Those deep, deep, deep sleep cycles. That's when your brain encodes memories. You don't learn during the day. You only learn at night while you sleep. I said that at a school recently. I was like, you guys don't learn anything during the day. The kid's like, I know, we learn nothing while we're here. And I was like, no, that's not what I meant. Teacher's like, get him out. You learn at night while you sleep. But here's the really cool thing that's also been discovered. You are creative and you problem solve in REM sleep, which happens more and more and more throughout the night. That's the second half of sleep. This is why you must give yourself permission to get to that 7 to 8 hour zone and wake up naturally. Here's the other really cool thing that happens in the second half of sleep. You release a hormone called growth hormone. Growth hormone is like the fountain of youth. It repairs every single tissue inside your body. So if you want to have the greatest possible lifespan, the greatest possible health span, give yourself that permission, allow that growth hormone to circulate through your body, repair your muscles, your bones, your brain, your skin. It's a fountain of youth. The other really cool thing that happens, if you allow yourself enough sleep, you regulate leptin and ghrelin, two hormones that control your appetite. So if you want to eat better, you have to start with sleep. If you have any inspiration today to improve your diet, sleep first, food will follow. Give yourself the permission. Just think about it. Like you have a bad night's sleep, what are you eating the next day? Everything, right? Like just like, calories, like whatever you can get. And it's a physiological response. You can't help it. So please, please, please start with sleep. It's absolutely crucial. We've also learned the strategies around getting great naps. I've sort of circled those two green parts. Those are your green zones for getting a good nap. Now, here's what happens. Have you ever woken up from a nap and felt horrible for hours? Okay, so you're waking up out of stage 2, 3, 4 sleep when those neurons have shrunk. You have two options when it comes to napping. The 20-minute power nap, set an alarm. All the research says improved focus, concentration, performance, fantastic. The second option is 90 minutes. Wake up naturally, 75 to 90 minutes later. One complete sleep cycle. All the research says improved performance, concentration, alertness, but also improved physical performance. That's why most elite world-class professional athletes will take an afternoon nap, 90 minutes, growth hormone surge, improved physical performance, and it's really interesting now, most pro sports teams are hiring sleep coaches. So it's that important. The Seattle Seahawks were quoted recently as saying, sleep is our weapon. So it's that important to them. Really, really, really critical. Now, we sabotage our sleep, though. We don't always prioritize it. We don't take care of ourselves, sort of the last thing. And I would love for you, we've been talking so much about these devices recently, last couple days, and I think it's valid. I think there's some huge challenges here. Please, 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 for 1 hour, at least, before you go to sleep at night, these devices must be off. Here's why. There's an MRI scan of the brain. It's a slice through the head at the level of the eyes. You can see the eyeballs up top. Sort of zoom in on that. It's pretty incredible. It's one of my students. If you think about what these devices do when they're on, light passes through your eyeball, hits the back of your eyeball there, and a structure that looks like this that converts light into electricity. That electricity passes back through the optic nerve into the pineal gland, which you heard about this morning with James. Cool, eh? So when you have these devices on, you are signaling electrically to the pineal gland, it's morning. The sun just came up. And as a result, you don't need to release melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycles, which comes from the pineal gland. Pretty incredible. So if you want to sleep better, create a digital sunset in your home. We've done that, dimmer switches everywhere. 6 p.m., I've got 2 little kids. It's kind of creepy how we're controlling them physiologically. We turn down all of the lights in the entire house, and then they start to get tired. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Sort of go a little bit further. First thing in the morning, if you wake up and you're super tired, by all means, grab this thing, shove it right in your face for a couple minutes. You're all good, right? That's totally fine, right? No, 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 no. Turn it off. The only other way to make this happen is a really good hard workout during the day. Also increases melatonin production and improves slow wave sleep, which is the deep stages of sleep. Super hard workout during the day also helps you to do this a little bit better. So digital sunset, please. And here's what I did. I've been really fortunate to be here 4 times. And every single time that we finish a Titan Summit, I basically go into hibernation for at least a week. This time it's going to be 3. We're flying down south to Nicaragua again as soon as we get out of here because we just want to decompress. And I come up with strategies to try to figure out how do we implement what we've learned. I drew this on the way home from Titan recently. And this has become our bedtime protocol and strategy, and I want to walk you through it. The goal was to love life, have better an evening routine, recover, regenerate, connect with my family, sleep awesome, and that's been really, really important for us. What happens? At 6 p.m., we do all sorts of really cool stuff. That's when we begin the process of getting our kids to sleep. Screens go off, kids go into bed, we do baths, we read, we have dinner with our family, 1 hour with my kids. I travel a ton. When I'm in Toronto, I put my children to bed. I can always work more later if I have to, but I put my children to bed. It's the only way that I can ensure that I stay connected with them. When I'm on the road, it's FaceTime. It's really, really, really important for me. You'll get a sense, those of you who haven't seen me before, will get a sense of just how important family is to me as we move through this. Moving through the night, 7 p.m., once the kids are in bed, knock on wood. Ingrid's great, Adam, not so much. It's always a battle. Kids are in bed. That is my time when I can hang and spend some really amazing time with Judith. And there, we're looking at making sure that we do some yoga, we relax, we chill, we walk, and we have a dinner together as a couple. It's really quite cool. I'm super busy. I run 2 labs. I've got a lab at the University of Toronto that does high-performance sport research. I've got a lab at the Hospital for Sick Children that does exercise medicine. I have now a growing company. I do public speaking. I did 70 engagements last year. Like, I am as busy as it gets. But this has become a priority for me because the most important thing in my life is my wife and my children. If I take care of that, everything else goes better. You might get a sense already, like I'm smiling on stage here a lot already today because everything at home is so good right now. So it's easy for me to be here with you. You might have noticed some, yeah, thank you. 8 o'clock, we do meditation, gratitude journaling. We do massage therapy, and we do foam rolling. Deliberately every night to make sure that our bodies are good. Judith's a runner. I love to do all sorts of different sports. We've really taken that time. 8:30, we do the hot bath, cold shower, because a decrease in body temperature triggers the release of melatonin. It's sort of biohack. It's amazing when you're traveling in a hotel. Get in the bath, sit there for 10 minutes, do a little meditation, get out, cool shower, cool off your body. Amazing. Sorry? Hot, then cold. Decreasing body temperature. Yeah, great question. Thank you. We can also then use Epsom salts. Strongly recommend that. Get your magnesium levels up. If I'm traveling, a little bit of melatonin. Don't do that without advice from a pro. We're in bed by 9. Read for 20 minutes. Always read fiction. Do not read the Wall Street Journal or an industry report, but read an amazing fiction book. Read something that activates the same parts of your brain that you use to dream. Create a barrier between your day and your sleep. How many people wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep again? Anyone? I truly believe that that happens as a result of what you do in the hour before you go to sleep at night. I'm convinced. Please defend your last hour from, give yourself a chance to sort of slow down. Allow your physiology to work the way that it's designed to work so that you can sleep, get a world-class sleep and set yourself up. And I'm asleep by 9:30 because I get up at 5. At the latest, like 5 a.m. is a sleep-in. I love to get up early, do a workout, do meditation, do journaling, strategize about the day before my kids get up at 7. It's a really important practice. Ben Morton, where are you? Here you are. He sent me this. We are now crowdsourcing brilliance throughout the course of the year. This is Ben's strategy. 8 hours caffeine-free, 2 hours digital sunset, 1 hour biohacks, 15 to 20 minutes read and relax, and then you sleep for 7 to 8 hours. Got the military precision going on here with Ben to get this done right. That's his strategy. It's really, really cool. So I have a piece of homework for you coming out of this. My first assignment for you. I want you to create one of these. What is your sleep routine? How are you going to defend your last hour? What are you going to do on a consistent basis moving forwards to set the stage for world-class sleep so that you can be your absolute best on a consistent basis every single day so you can go out there and rock the world? Cool? Task number 1. That's for you to consider.